Hello everybody, Josh here, back with another video again today. This time we are in Prepar3D version 4 for a spot of flying today. Just because, why not? So, there's been a few developments while I've been away over the last sort of couple of weeks. I've been busy trying to sort some stuff out, which I'm hoping is going to work for in the better. But more on that another day, another time, whatever. I don't care. We are doing some flying today in the beautiful 747-400 by PMDG. I mean, look at this. Just look. One absolutely amazing aircraft this is. This is my all-time favourite passenger liner. I absolutely love the 747. It's just such an amazing aircraft. Hence why it's part of my logo. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to babble on today. I just want to sort of get on with it because I am doing this real world, and I just want to sort of get on with it. So, we are doing today British Airways Flight 177 or Speedbird 04 Alpha. We're on the ground here at London Heathrow at the moment. Stand 532 over at Terminal 5, and we're going to be heading across over to New York today, over across the pond down to the Big Apple. Got a flight time today of approximately 6 hours 50, with a block time of 7 hours 18 expected. We are cruising flight level 360 initially, stepping up to flight level 380 once we have managed to cross the pond. There's no need for any E-tops or anything today. Obviously we're a multiple engined aircraft, so that doesn't need to be a thing. Taking 76,016 kilograms of fuel, so 76 tons of fuel, with a takeoff weight of 298 tons, zero fuel weight 222 tons, taking 383 passengers, and we are expected to leave at 12:10 Zulu or 13:10 local, which is about 20 minutes away, so hopefully we shall be on time for that. Taking off on the 27s today. It's 27 right. No, sorry, 27 left. They're taking off from today. I think the catering is done, but whatever. 27 left is the departure runway today. So we've got a little bit of a taxi. Sadly, it's not the 9s, but whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, let's jump over into the flight deck and let's get this aircraft ready to go over to New York. Right. In the flight deck, in this nice original, we've got the old style MCP and monitors and things like that, just because I like the look of it better. Gives it a proper feel for a 747, I think. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is close the catering doors, because they are now done. And we may as well do the radio stack stuff while we're down here. So 122.8. We're on VATSIM today. No ATC at Heathrow at the moment, though. Really? Am I being stupid? Why can I not? Oh yeah, it's a weird click spot. And 2000 in the transponder. So that is that done. Can set that to mic 1 as well. Won't bother arming the doors because we can use the arm all feature later on. We'll set that to WEX, weather and turbulence, but obviously the weather radar remains off for the minute. Coming up over to the MCP, to the overhead. I'll get me words out in a minute. We can do some of that stuff. So we can align the IRSs. You see we're on external power at the moment. All the buses and gens can stay as they are. Hydraulics can remain off. Don't need any lighting for the minute. Up over to here, the emergency exit lights can come on. That can all stay as it is. Engine ignitions can remain off. Fuel pumps can stay off as they are. Lighting can all stay off there. Back over to the top here. Oxygen is all okay. The fans are all okay, or the air and whatnot. Can now turn the packs on to the normal position. Engine bleeds can stay as they are, and you can see we've got our nav lights on there as well. So the next thing we can do is actually do something that I usually do before I start a video, but I've actually forgotten today. We can just load the fuel on very quickly. So 76016. That's how much fuel we're taking, and 0 fuel weight of 222, I think it was. Yeah, 222997. 222.9 in the 0 fuel weight. And that's now we can whack that back onto menu for a minute. In fact, I can just stay and hang out there for a minute. Next thing to do is over to the FMC. See where nav data is all checking out as it should be. Position initialization. We're at Heathrow. Echo Golf Lima Lima. Stand 532, hopefully it'll take it, which it has, LOL, and we can take the GPS position and set it into there. Over to the route, we can request send. Actually, that is not right, is it? It's send an empty request. That's a bit weird. Purge. Why is it trying to send for an empty flight plan? Have I actually forgotten how to fly the 747? Apparently I have, so we'll do it this way around then. So, origin is Echo Golf Lima Lima. We are heading out to JFK. Okay, JFK. Go in there. Runway 27 left for departure. Flight number is Speedbird 04 Alpha. And company route is EGLL KJFK. Go in there. So I guess now we can send that request. Load that in. Hopefully that's worked. Just to put the runway back in 27F. Speedbird 04 Alpha. Go in there. Just check that all looks good. Which it apparently does, which is nice. Perfect. So we can go departure arrival. Depart 27 left. Compton 3 Golf departure. And then we can activate and execute that, and we can also route copy just in case anything goes wrong. The wind data stuff is ready, so I suppose we can do that. Route data, wind data load. Right, execute that, and then it's obviously going to do the descent forecast winds, which we can obviously update when we are a lot further down the line. Go in there, perfect. Go over to Perth Init now, and what I'm going to do whilst we're here is request the boarding as well. So, what's going on here? Performance. 0 fuel weight can go in there. Reserves are 4.5 is 9, so reserves are 9. Cost index of 90 is apparently what British Airways use on the 747s, and initially cruising at flight level 360. Step size 0, cruise CG can stay as it is, and that all looks good to me. Thrust limit, takeoff, climb 1, I don't really know what to do with that. There's no sort of, I don't know of any tool or application that you can work out selected temperature, so I just leave it. In terms of the flaps, flaps 10 we'll probably get away with, to be perfectly honest. Trim CG can go in there. Winds at the moment are 190 degrees at 6. 190 at 6, which is going to give us a headwind of 1, apparently. So headwind of 1 knot, because it's basically a crosswind. So that can go there. Conditions are dry, 1,000, 1,000. Flaps for reduction, that's fine. So we can whack in. Why are those speeds so different? Let's try flaps 20. Yeah, actually flaps 20 works a lot better. 129, 141, 158. That works a lot better. So we use flaps 20. And that is us pretty much ready to go, apart from needing to put in a step client at 2 dep. And at 2 dep we step to 380. So 380S, 2 dep, and that can go in there. That is us pretty much ready to go. So we can bug 158, which is MCP out. And then we can also set 270, which is the runway heading. And 6,000 feet, which is the initial climb. That can go in there as well. We can go the left flight director, the right flight director, LNAV, VNAV. We can put data, traffic, and then eventually weather will go on that side. The VOR needles can go up as well. And on this side we can put terrain, data, traffic, and the VOR needles can go up on there as well. We can put the door page onto there for a minute, and the auto brake will come down here. Can go to RTO right there. Seatbelts can go to on, no smoking can stay in auto, flight deck door can stay in auto as well. And that is us, I believe, pretty much set to go. So we'll just check outside and see what's going on with the bags. I think I can hear them from somewhere. That 777 next to us. Yeah, the bags are just there. So we'll leave the APU off for a minute until they start loading, just surely because it's going to take a bit of time. And so I shall speak to you when we are ready for the push. Okay, so the loading is now complete and they've all seemed to have done one, so we can close all the doors now. And we can also start getting pushback, and now we need to push nose to the right. So nose right, tail left, no. The jetway can sod off now. And then we can arm all the doors, and that can just hang out on the menu page. And then this one can ground connections, we can set the parking brakes, remove the wheel chocks, and then that can also menu FMC, and that can just go on to takeoff page or something of the description. Done. Also on APU power and everything now, so one thing we can actually do is set the QNH, which is 1015. So that can go there. Beacon lights can now come on as well. Go on to both.
Departure check completed. Live has been inserted.
Fuel pumps can come on.
Parking brakes.
Do we have fuel in the centre?
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
We do, I think. No, we don't. Okay, so we can put that over to engines, and then we can packs off and fire up number 4 and 3. Fuel come in. Beautiful, so there's the starters cut out. So we can fire at number 1 and 2 now. Fuel coming.
Set parking brakes.
It's a very nice low tone when they first start spooling up.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected.
Beautiful, and it appears we have 2 good starts. So packs can come back on now. Gens are all switched. I actually forgot to set the hydraulics, so that wasn't very clever. But they can actually now just go all onto auto. And then we can ditch the APU. It's been a while since I've flown the 747, so I'm not perfect on it. Anyway, taxi and turn-offs can come on. They can all stay as they are. The only memo is the TCAS, which is absolutely fine. So we can start our taxi. So the taxi, when I adjust my view, what is going on? Do you see what I'm doing? There we go. Let's just update that in Chaseplane quickly. So our taxi is rather simple. We are on where are we at the moment? We're on Charlie, I think, at the moment. Or around about that area. So what we just basically do is we're on Bravo, sorry. So we essentially take Bravo here, we follow it round to the left, and then we basically take Bravo all the way down, then link to 8, and then Alpha, and then that takes us straight onto the holding point. Whack the TCAS on now, because Heathrow IRL usually like to have the TCAS on at all times. And I suppose there is no harm in putting the weather radar on now, so we can do that as well. Not that there is much in the way of weather. So this is the VICAS holding point, and this is where we follow Bravo around to the left. Very nice. This is Heathrow's, this is Aerosoft Heathrow, in case anybody's wondering. It's nice scenery. So just over there is 09 right. I feel like I'm not doing this properly because I'm pretty sure that outbound aircraft go onto Alpha, so we're going to actually do that. I've changed my mind. Because I think Bravo is the inboard taxiway. So we'll just join onto Alpha very quickly. Like so. It's strange flying an aircraft where you're this high up. We can get rid of the engine page off the lower ECAS now. Check everything is good, which it is. Beautiful. So getting on the centre of the taxi line would probably help. There we are. Hopefully get to go on one of these next year. I'm going to America next year with any luck. And with any luck I'll get to fly on a 747, which would be nice. We go in business class, boys. Going quite fast actually, we should probably put the brakes on that a bit. See the Concorde down the end there? BA building. Running a little bit late, but the IRL BA177 today, when I checked what stand it was going off of, was actually delayed by 50 minutes. Although I'm basing this off yesterday's flight, which although was on time, because today used Charlie India Victor Delta, I think is what's on today's, and yesterday it was this exact aircraft, India Victor India, which made me a little bit salty, but whatever. Right at the end of the runway now. Circa 7 minutes into our startup. There's an aircraft about 5 miles out, and I'm worried that it looks like he's sidestepping to 27 left. So we should probably watch out for that. Now he's very lost. The approach path is clear, so we can make our way straight onto the runway. Lights can all come on, strobes can come on. All the lights. Beautiful lineup. Okay, so we can bring the power in. Engines are stable. Thrust ref, toga. Speed alive. Throttle hold, 80 knots checked.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. There's LNAV. Thrust ref, LNAV, VNAV speed. We can bring it straight up to flaps 10. And accelerating now. Beautiful. Wow, 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 look at that. If the texture's loading, that would be nice. Hello? There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely astounding. Just trim it out a little bit. Flaps 5 now. And we can take autopilot. Take Command B. And we can now reset MCP out. (360) flaps 1. And the flaps can now come up. Perfect. Beautiful. Here goes. A good 7 hours now over to New York. Centre, good afternoon. Speedbird 04 Alpha, flight level 380, 196 miles out of Alex. Well, here we are. 5 hours 32 minutes into the flight over into New York at the moment. We've stepped up to flight level 380 just as we planned. We've got 21 tons of fuel on board at the moment. 494 miles out of JFK and 321 out of Plym, which is where the arrival starts. Or our transition for the arrival starts. So we're going to start programming all the arrival information and whatnot in right now. So straight over to depart and arrive. Now, to my understanding, they're landing ILS 22 left at JFK today, so we're going to use that. It is the Part 3 arrival, Plym transition, and Delta Papa Kilo. So let's have a look at the chart very quickly, see if that's denoted anywhere. Delta Papa Kilo is not, funnily enough. So I guess we'll just leave it, to be honest. There really isn't a transition for it. So that can go in there. We're going to head over to the legs, just make sure that everything adds up. So Crail, then Capit, then Vectors. What I'll do, because we have no ATC online at the moment, I'm going to delete the Vectors out. It's not going to let me do that, is it? Nope. Okay, so we'll do that then, and then we can just do whatever we need to do when we get closer in. As usual, some fixes. So KJFK, But then, as is usual with all my Boeing flights, and as per usual with all my Boeing flights, we're at 4, at 10, and at 15. We don't need any special sort of range rings as such, so we can just have the sort of standard, if you will. I think that's all we need from the FMC. And in fact, what we can do is put in 3,000 there, which is the start of the approach. So 3,000 can go in there. What we can do is go over to VNAV, descent forecast 180. Obviously, we can request some winds. Is probably a good idea. In theory. I think I'm used to the 777 where it's so quick, but obviously the 74 takes a lot longer because it's older. So request descent. And I assume in a minute that's going to ping back for us. Here we go. So we can load those in. And that is perfect in there. In terms of everything we need to know, so minimums today are 212 feet. So let's set that to 212. So we'll go 220 on the minimas, and we need obviously the inches now, which is 3009. In theory, yes. Oh, here we go. It's supposed to be on the other side. 3009. And then finally, last but not least, we can do the approach ref. Now, BA177 landed into Terminal 7. Seems to be where they park. So, let's have a look where we are in comparison. So we're landing 22 left. Let's have a look. Terminal 7. Terminal 7 is all the way over there. So, we really do want to be vacated as soon as we possibly can. Although, the runway is fairly short. Well, it's not short. It's 2,500 meters. So, if we aim to vacate at... We could probably make hotel, but I get a distinct feeling that we're probably going to not make hotel. So I think if we plan for Juliet, then we can grab Juliet, and then it's likely going to be Alpha, sort of Alpha Delta into the ramp. We have ground online anywho, so it doesn't really matter, but it's just nice to get a rough idea. So yeah, Alpha is the inner perimeter, which is exactly what we want, because we are going anti-clockwise, so we actually might want the outer taxiway, mightn't we? Where are we going clockwise? Yeah, we are going anti-clockwise, so that should be Bravo. And then somehow into the ramp. I'm not really sure how that works, but I'm sure we'll find out. So we can pull up our flight plan, and landing weight is 235, bang on the money, so 235 can go there, and we'll take flaps 30 for the landing. QNH obviously, that's fine. We'll take flaps, what? We'll take auto brake. I'm going to use auto brakes too, I think, just to be on the safe side, because it's been a while since I've flown this, so I can't actually remember how quick this thing stops. And obviously we'll use idle reverse. ILS is already in. We can whack that onto there. There's a 224 degrees for the final approach track, or final approach course, or however you want to say it. But that is about us. So that gives us... Let's have a look. Does it tell us what our TD is? No, but it's not going to be too far away. Righty-ho then. We're just on the final approach now into Kennedy. It's passing through 7,700 now. We've got 18 miles to run. Flying into, is it Dr. Drzweszcki? I think it's Drzweszcki design is how it's pronounced. We're flying into their V2 scenery for JFK. I haven't tested it at all yet, so I have no idea if it's going to work or not, but I think I can see the airfield just over to our left, somewhere over there. Right now. So, I'm going to start bringing out some flaps and start slowing down. So, flaps 1. We can intervent the speed now and bring it down to flap 1 speed, which is 198. Wind's a bit of a meme, so we'll let the plane just do this. Better to be early than late. So bring out some speed brakes here, just to make sure we don't stray off the profile too much, which is looking like we may be here, so we may have to intervene with some vertical speed if it gets too excessive, which it's looking like it might. Might be alright though. Just needs to bring the nose down a bit further. Yeah, we'll enter into some VS. That's becoming a little bit too excessive here. I always get nervous when the plane doesn't slow down. What we can actually do is continue at flaps 5, to be perfectly honest. Show's come down. Wind flex being a meme as ever on the 747. We can start bringing the speed back even more now as well. We're out of the worst of the wind now, so hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a factor anymore. Airfield's just over there to us, to our left now. Massive frame rate drop though. What is going on? I've just lost all of my frames. Deary me. Continue out with flaps 10. There's the cabin ready. Speed brakes can come back in now, as we're a little bit below the profile, so that should be okay now, and we can actually arm the speed brakes as well whilst it is on my mind. What I am going to do is go to heading select, manually take control of the heading because it's gone a little bit weird. Heading select, we can go straight into Zalpo now. And we can also start coming down a bit more to like 2,000 feet. And slow it down a bit more as well. I was wrong about what airfield it was, I don't know though. No, wait, is that one? We are apparently very, very high, which is a bit weird. It's really not happy about the spoilers for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why, but we're climbing. Why are we climbing? Okay, we'll bring the speed brake back in. We have got quite a lot of room to catch up, so we can go localizer, swing it round a bit because we are strayed far off of it.
Radio altimeter.
There's the 2500, cool. Still got room to make this up. The gear is now down, so we continue out with flaps 20. Final approach speed is 138 plus 11 is 1 149. And with that, we can really just pretty much come out with everything now. I'm also going to take control of the autopilot. Yes. Help. There we go. Take manual control of the aircraft now, just because we are very, very high and very, very off course. Something's gone badly wrong here, and I'm just not 100% sure what. As per usual, with everything I do, things seem to go wrong. So we're going to turn it to the left a little bit. Keep that rate of descent coming down as well, and then my plan is we'll just give it a hard right. Still got 4 miles, so we're not exactly below minimum. So as long as we get okay before minimums, then we'll be alright. What I'll do is I'll also arm the approach mode as well. We're making it up quite nicely now. It's just a bit of a hair-raising approach. It is what it is. I almost feel like this scenery has not installed properly, but I don't know. It could just be a bit... Actually, no, I think it's alright. Actually, I think it's okay, yeah. So I would say we're pretty stable now. I'll be happy to continue the approach when the minimums call out. Uh, 3,000 and runway heading should we need to go around, so we can just sort that out should that need to be a thing, which I don't think it will be. A little bit off to the right, but we're not too bad.
Approaching decision plane. To decision plane.
And we can continue. Very nicely, actually. It's very nicely on course. Glide slope is actually alive. 2 red, 2 white, continuing.
10.
Flare it out a bit. Oh, bit of a balloon. Beautiful reverses. I reckon we can make that off there with a bit of braking. We absolutely can. Beautiful. We've actually made it on hotel, which is quite surprising. I am fairly impressed with that. Or is this Juliet? Oh, sorry, I'm a bearings around a bit. This is Juliet. So we've actually come off exactly where we planned. 6 hours 45 minutes later. Fantastic. So I believe we do have ATC on. We'll just stop the clock very quickly there. Do we have ATC? We do. 121.9 still. Perfect. So we can bring that up to there. Landing lights can come off as well, so I wait to make sure the frequency is clear. Strobe lights off. Frequency doesn't appear to be clear. Kenny round, good afternoon. Speedbird 04 Alpha, vacated Juliet, 22 left.
Speedbird 04 Alpha, continuing Juliet, cross 22A Juliet, hold short of Bravo.
Okay, we'll continue down Juliet, cross 22 right, and we will hold short of Bravo, Speedbird 04 Alpha. So all the flaps can come in now. And the speed brake as well.
Speedbird 04 Alpha Heavy, confirm, are you going to Terminal 7 and you go straight ahead?
Yeah, we'll be going to Terminal 7, Speedbird 04 Alpha.
Roger, Speedbird 04 Alpha Heavy, after Juliet, turn right on Bravo to the gate.
Okay, after Juliet, Bravo to the gate, Speedbird 04 Alpha. Okay, so let's get the airport up. So after Juliet, it's right onto Bravo, so it's this first right after we cross the 22. Straight in front of us there, you can see Speedbird 177, who, ironically, although I have no idea who he is, I think that's... actually, no, it's not. It's a Qantas, isn't it? Yeah, look at that, Qantas 747. Maybe the other guy. I know there was another guy who was flying under the flight number as opposed to the call sign, because I got there first. I think he was about 15 minutes ahead of me. This Drzweszcki design stuff is not too bad. I quite like it. I'm a little bit sad about the runway, that some of the texturing is a bit crap. Like some of the taxiway signs and whatnot, but it's not too bad. So, weather radar can come off. 6 hours 45 was final time, and we were predicted with 6 hours 50. So landing 5 minutes ahead of schedule today, which is absolutely fantastic actually. Fire up the APU now as well. And the flight directors can also come out, won't be needing those any longer. So it's stand 7, sorry, terminal 7. So let's have a look. Trying to see here, it's a little bit weird because it's all like... What? Well, we'll just have a look when we get to Terminal 7. So it's basically all along Bravo. So we're Bravo, yeah, so it's Bravo, and then we follow it round, and it's right at the end of toward 13 left. So it's this taxiway all the way around, to be honest. We sort of bear to the left a little bit where another taxiway joins. Landing rate was -126, so yeah, very good landing actually, all things considered. Very nice. APU is available now for when we need it. So we'll just follow Bravo around. Terminal 7 is the one right at the end where that other Speedbird, and I have no idea what that other airline is next to it. Bit of a dodgy approach, I'll admit. A little bit annoyed, but I'm more happy at the fact that it was recoverable and it recovered. And we've also ended up with a fairly good landing rate as well. So, yeah, I'm impressed with that. There's a restriction of 17 knots on this taxiway. We were just doing 18, but we're on now 17, so it's absolutely fine. I've enjoyed this flight. It's been a good flight. It's always nice when you get to do long haul, and long haul works out nice. It's a Qatar that's next to it. It's a Qatar. So we've got a Qatar. That's a 777, isn't it? Or is that a 787? I think that's a Qatar 787. And then there's a BA 777-300 there. Sorry for any wind noise that's currently going on. It is so unbelievably hot where I am in my room at the moment, and my fan is blasting out at me like an RB211. So deal with it. So this is whiskey. There's really not. No, yeah, it's a Qatari 777. There's really not much point in us going on this one. What we will do is we'll take Victor Alpha though, and then we can probably just about make that stand on the other side. Yeah, this one. Probably just about make this one. hang out next to this Qatari. With any luck, there'll be enough room. Get the right view. Yeah, there's plenty of room. Let's look at where we're actually meant to end up. Over there, it would seem. Hey, look, there's the sign BA. So you got to remember the wheel is a little bit behind us, so hopefully that's about right. Yeah, it's not too bad. Stop it there. Yeah, that'll do. Perfect. APU gens. And with that, we can, nice. We can shut that down there. So, stop the clock. 7 hours 4 minutes is our total block time. And that was happy days. Parking is too small for your aircraft. Well, let's just fix that very quickly. I have no idea where we are, but we'll just fix that. And request deboarding. We'll choose American, that's weird, I don't know why the BA option isn't there. Gate 8, jetway to left, entry 2. We need to be that one, and that one. Why is the jetway not moving? Hello? Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we'll get some doors open here. FS actions, doors. We will open that, open that, open that, open that. I don't know if it wants us to open the rear doors. I'd imagine it would, but yeah, there's stairs going up to it, so we'll open it. And there we have a full 747 flight to JFK. Let's turn the transponder off as well. That was a lot of fun. Weird arrival. I don't really pretend to know what happened there. It just went a little bit weird. Wanted to overfly somewhere, but it's weird. I get a distinct feeling that my scenery hasn't installed properly, but I could be very wrong about that. So, whatever. Another Qatari over there. 777, 777, 747, 777. It's all very good. Anyway, that is it from me. If you follow me on Twitter, at JoshStephen99, you would have seen that circa today, a new video schedule is now live. So, new content every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday, unless I say otherwise, which may happen on the occasion, but yeah, so I'd imagine 2 out of 3 will be flight sim, and then the other one will just be other random thing I feel like putting on the channel. I don't pretend to understand how that is going to work yet because I haven't thought about it, but rest assured 3 videos a week is a thing now on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays because I'm recording them on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So at JoshStephen99 for more updates on that. Be sure to to join my Discord. Links for all of those are in the description below. Requests as always, comments, likes, subscriptions, all of that good stuff. But from myself, from the wonderful New York, which is a little bit cloudy, from the 747 that is Golf Charlie India Victor India, and from that GSX guy, thank you very much for joining me on today's video, and until the next one, goodbye.